Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Alrighty, welcome to Friday. We have made it through another week. We are almost done with January. This is crazy. We are almost a full month into 2025. It's insane. That's kind of crazy to me. Alright, so with that being said, I hope that your week has gone well, and today I bring you a new video. Today's video is going to be about Marvel Rivals. So I've been getting into Marvel Rivals a lot recently. I am an Invisible Woman main and if I have to go into any other role because someone takes her, I usually go Moon Knight, and if I'm feeling really lazy, then I'll just go Scarlet Witch. So with that being said, I've been playing a lot of it on my new console, and I want to make videos of actual gameplay from it, but I have to get a capture card, and we're still working on that. So until then, we are going to do other things in regards to Marvel Rivals. For reference, today we are going to be doing a tier list. Ignoring the little the ad at the bottom. But yeah, so as you can see, there's S through D, and then we have all of the heroes, and it's been updated to have Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. And this is on Tier List Maker. I'll put a link in the bottom if you guys want to go to this specific tier list. And apparently it says that it's always going to be updated, so we will see in the future. But yeah, so with that being said, let's begin. I have tried out every single character. All right, I have at least played 2 games with every single character. Now, here's the thing. I don't think 2 games is really enough to know like everything about the character. I mean, I'm still learning things on how to use Invisible Woman, even now after playing like a bunch of games as her. So, it's all like, take this with a grain of salt, right? So it's my experience playing the character and what I've seen others do as they play as the character. All right, that's enough rambling. Let's get right into it. All right, so Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is pretty cool. He does do some healing. He does do some damage. And he has that, like, he has an ult similar to Mercy's where he brings you, like, right back to the battlefield. And I feel like it really depends on who is playing Adam Warlock, because I personally suck at playing him. I just can't. It's just the charging to do a bunch of healing or like all that. Like, it's just, I can't do that. I have played some games where the Adam Warlock is amazing and I die in the middle of battle and I'm brought right back and it's great. But when it comes to most games that I have with an Adam Warlock, it's not that fun. So I'm gonna put him like right in the middle in B. The next one is Black Panther. I'm not good at Black Panther. He has a really high skill ceiling and apparently he's really challenging to start with. But I will say his power set looks cool. Every time that I've been on a team with a Black Panther, they seem to be doing good. They usually get MVP, so like, whatever. But yeah, so with that all being said, I think that I would put him more into A than anything, just because the people who know how to use him really, really well. And the people like me who can't use him, that person who knows how to use him on the team, they just look cool while doing it. Black Widow. Alrighty, so if the Black Widow is on my team and is good, because that's another thing, a lot of people are choosing, at least people that I know that are recently starting the game, a lot of them choose Black Widow because they're like, oh, it's like Widowmaker from Overwatch. And like, to an extent, I assume, yes, it is. I never played Widowmaker, but also Black Widow is like kind of a high skill ceiling and a high challenge, like at least for me. The constant like switching to the scoped and out and the kicks and all that, she is kind of very hard to play successfully, but it's pretty good. So with her, if it's on the enemy team and they're good, I hate it. If it's on my team and they're good, I love it. So I'm gonna put her in B for sure. All right, so we have Bruce Banner. I'm just gonna, I know that people say that Hulk is really good. I personally, in all the teams that I've been playing on that we have a Hulk, girl, that Hulk dies. That Hulk dies, and he dies immediately. And then Bruce Banner is over here with his little taka taka, and it's like, no, you ain't doing shit, bro. So unfortunately, Hulk is gonna have to go into C. Captain America. Okay, so Captain America, when I played as Captain America, it was very hard because it was a lot of combos, learning how to get in and out, and like his ult, you know, all that type of thing. He is a pretty fun character to play, but at the end of the day, like, I can't play him good. But I am gonna put him low-key higher because every person that I have like seen play him, insanely good. Like, they're getting like 50 KOs and shit like that. It's crazy. So Cloak and Dagger. All right, I'm just gonna make this easy for y'all, and I'm just gonna rate it S tier. I think Cloak and Dagger is so fun. It's one of the most easiest ones to pick up, so it gets a few bonus points just for like ease of picking up, but the skill ceiling is very high. So there's a lot of like, you can tell if a Cloak and Dagger is new versus if a Cloak and Dagger is like a veteran player at this point, because the skill difference is so big, but it's also not a bad thing for starters. And I think that's a great character. Like, that, I think that's amazing character, I guess, design. But you know, it's just great that you can have someone that picks it up like right off the rip, and you know, they do decent, and then you have like the experienced ones who stuck with it and they're like insanely good. Let's see, next is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is fun. I'm gonna put him in A because one, he has like a shit ton of health, and I always love that in a character, you know, especially because he's like a tank. I'd like, the closest thing I can compare him to, if you have not played Rivals and you've played Overwatch, I guess Reinhardt would be the most similar to him, with his big shield and Strange's shield and all that. And it's really good. I think he's a really fun character. I personally am not really good at like switching quickly with him, but what he is always the person that I'm focusing on healing, usually, because if he's up front and we have the shield up, we're great. You know, we can push and push and push. Next, we have Groot. I'm gonna put Groot in C. All right, I love the character of Groot, but going against a Groot when he puts up those stupid walls, oh my goodness, the walls, bro, the walls. And then this is like, because I'm also an Invisible Woman main, whenever I drop and we'll talk about this later, but she has a power where she drops like this orb, right, and it becomes like a bigger orb, and it does constant damage for a set number of seconds, and that's really, really fun. Except that normally when you hear the sound, you're like, okay, I got somebody, I can pull them in or push them back into the little orb. And unfortunately, that's not the case when it comes to Groot's walls. When Groot puts up a wall, it still makes the same sound as doing damage, because it's doing damage to his wall, which is like a little shield. But it's not the same. Half the time, I will like have my shit ready to like pull someone back into the little circle, and there's nobody there because it was a Groot wall, and I have beef with Groot. So yeah, that's why. Hawkeye, I'm gonna put Hawkeye in B. He's kind of similar to Black Widow. A lot of aiming, especially with the charge feature, that if he like keeps you in his sights, he can charge up a shot. Pretty cool. The Hawkeyes are pretty fun. Like, I've played as him a couple times. I liked him. It is a lot of like, I don't know, I personally was a lot of the time on backline just because I needed the like distance, you know, that type of thing. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Hela. Okay, so for Hela, I'm gonna put her in B, but I'm gonna put her at the top of B. Hela is fun. She's easy to pick up. She has a relatively high skill ceiling, I would assume, because I've seen people do some really good plays with her. I personally don't really play as her much. I played as her like a couple times, at least 3 rounds, but that was it. Not picked her up since. Mainly due to, you know, if I really want to be a witch, because that's basically what she is, and I'm being lazy, then I'm just gonna go with Scarlet Witch. Like, that's just it, man. But yeah, so she's pretty cool. She's very easy to pick up for new players. It's something that I've heard from various like people on YouTube and stuff like that. And she wasn't too terrible. Like, she wasn't the easiest to learn, but she wasn't bad at all. Next, we have Iron Fist, and I'm gonna put Iron Fist in C at the top of C. Actually, can I not? Can I not put it? Okay, there we go. Iron Fist at the top of C. Iron Fist, I did not like him. I just did not like the fact that like he's kind of on the ground, but he's also jumping everywhere and all that stuff. If you enjoy that playstyle, more power to you. Like, I really hope that, you know, you are having so much fun as Iron Fist. I just am not. I was not having that much fun at all, and he would always target me as Jeff in the back line. So, you know what? Fuck you, Iron Fist. Next, we have Iron Man. I'm gonna put Iron Man. Ooh, nope, not D. All right, so I'm gonna put Iron Man at the bottom of A tier because he is fun. I do like that he's constantly flying. I like his pulse thing. I like the fact that he does like the lasers. Really, really fun. But if I am like Invisible Woman or Scarlet Witch or stuff like that, for Scarlet Witch, I have to use my like auto aim, my aimbot. Because with him, it's just like, oh wow, he is just zooming everywhere. With Invisible Woman, if you hit them with the same orb that we were talking about with Groot, it'll knock flying characters out of the air. I can never seem to hit him. So I don't like him for that reason, but he is really good when he's on my team. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Jeff. All right, so I know everybody puts Jeff down here. I'm gonna put Jeff in S. I love Jeff. I love his character design. I love how he plays. I love the stupid little thing of eating everybody and then throwing them off the map. I think that is so fun. Loki. I'm gonna put Loki in B. He's not bad, but actually no, I take that back. He's going to the bottom of C. He's not a bad healer at all, and I like that his things can go like basically across the map, his bolts, but he's so annoying. Half the time I'm killing a Loki and I think it's the player, and then he dies, and then there's like 2 more in their place, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's this bullshit. But yeah, so Loki's going to C. Next up is Luna Snow. I'm gonna put her in B. She's a decent healer. I personally don't really enjoy when my team has her on it. I don't know if maybe the people that I've been playing with are just not good at her, but it's such a mess when she's on my team, and then she's constantly asking for heals, whatever. We have Magic. For Magic, I'm gonna put her in D, and only because when I tried her out, it was very confusing, and then when I play against her, she devours me. So, you know, it's a biased standpoint, but that's how I feel on Magic, and I'm sorry if you main her, alright? With that being said, we have Magneto. I like Magneto, but he's at the bottom of C. He does give that little good shield. He has his own shield. He's pretty cool, whatever, right? I like his outfits more so than anything, but like, I did not enjoy playing as him, and I am constantly having to shield my Magneto when he's on my team. So, with that being said, that's him. Mantis. I'm gonna put Mantis in A. I have gotten a really good streak with Mantis. There was a point in time where I was like, okay, you know, I'll give her the 2 default games that I'm gonna give everybody. And then, you know, I kind of ended up playing like 5 games as her because it was kind of really fun. I do love the fact that, you know, she heals. I do like the fact that she can like stun somebody and then have the team focus them. I think that's great. But the reason she's an A and not an S is because Invisible Woman exists. Okay? Alright. I'm also seeing down here that we have the Thing and the Human Torch. Just a heads up, I'm not ranking them. Because, you know what? I'll put them where I think they'll be, but I can't take that with a grain of salt because they're not even out yet. Moon Knight. I'm going to put Moon Knight in S. I love Moon Knight. I think he's great. I think the placing of the Ankh, the grapple, the double jump, all of that, it's really fun, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I think that he's a great character. I think that his ult is really pretty to just kind of look at, and he has a lot of good costumes, so with that, he's an S. Namor. I'm going to put Namor in D. Namor, for me at least, I have never been on a team where a Namor was useful, and I say that with the utmost disrespect. It's just like every time there's a Namor on my team, he's dying, and he doesn't put down his little octopus turret. And then apart from that, Namor himself is just kind of annoying if he's on the enemy team when he's actually good, because he just kills you with a giant whale. But you know, whatever. Penny Parker. I'm putting Penny at the end of C. She is a very interesting tank. A lot of people don't play her right. I personally do not play her right, so I don't use her. But there's a lot of people who like refuse to switch off from her. I think it's because they like Evangelion or they like her suit, right? But like, I don't know, if I'm not gonna play a character because I like their aesthetic and not learn to be better with them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You Penny Parker mains, some of you are really good, and the ones that are really, really good that I've seen on YouTube, pop off, pips. But the ones that I've been with, ooh, wow. It's not it at all. We have Psylocke. For Psylocke, I'm gonna put her in A. Psylocke seems to be one of the ones that I have struggled with fighting the most when as Invisible Woman, because she is more DPS. I mean, she is a DPS. And she can also go invisible with one of her skills, which is very annoying. But at the same time, game recognizes game, man. Like, she's really good. And her ult is really pretty. And I love that they added her alternate style, which was more in line with the comics. So that's very, very cool. Punisher. I'm going to put Punisher in B. I'm going to put him at the top of B, because he is great. I've seen people, it's kind of like a 50-50 split, right? For the 2 games that I played as him, in one I got decimated and in one I got MVP, so that was amazing. But when it comes to Punisher as just a whole, if he's on my team, it tends to be one or the other. Either he's really, really good or he's really, really bad. There's no like in between. And so for that reason, I have to like put him in B. But he would be A if more people played him right, because as Invisible Woman, the best thing I like doing is when he pops on his ult, I shield him, and then, you know, that gives him just a little bit more, and I constantly heal him, and it's great. It's a great duo. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. Who's next? Rocket Raccoon. Personally, I'm gonna put Rocket at the end of B. I cannot play Rocket, but I have seen so many people play him successfully that I know it's a me thing. All right, that's a me thing. I think Rocket Raccoon is a very fun character, don't get me wrong, but I personally cannot play him, so that's why he's not in A or S. And yeah, Scarlet Witch. All right, I'm gonna put her in A. I'm sorry. The aimbot, actually, she's going up. She's just really fun. She's really fun. She is the hero that you can turn off your brain and play. All right, but if you do want to like turn on that brain and like play her really well, you can also do that. So I think that's really fun. I think it's cool. I think it's a great pickup for starters, because you know, you can tell if it's a starter and you can easily counter if it's a starter. But if it's a good player, then you know, she's eating, she's devouring, she is mothering. So, with that being said, we go into Spider-Man. I'm going to put Spider-Man in B, at the bottom of B, just because it's a very high skill ceiling and it's a very high pickup. I think a lot of people who pick him up don't know how to play him. I personally, in the 2 games that I gave him, could not really figure it out. I did my ult and that was great, but I personally just could not really play him. I've seen a lot of people who cannot play him but refuse to choose anything else because they're Spider-Man obsessed, which is fine. It's fine if you are, but at least try going to the practice range before getting into like a quick match or a competitive match, man. Alright, next we have Squirrel Girl. I am putting Squirrel Girl in the top of C because I hate Squirrel Girl. I think the character's great. I think her voice lines are amazing. She's so cute and all that. But when it comes to playing her, one, I cannot play her for like absolutely not. Like, and it's not in the sense that I miss my shots. It's in the sense that I don't enjoy playing her. Like, it just doesn't feel fun. And then with that being said, her ult is so annoying. Just take it from someone who mains a support. Her whole ult, whenever I hear that shit, I run away, because if that hits me, I'm dead. Immediate. Star-Lord. I'm going to put Star-Lord at the end of A. He's pretty cool. We're actually getting a new free skin for the new, I think it comes out today at the time of recording. And it is like a Lunar New Year type thing, Chinese New Year skin. It's really cool. His arms are out. It's dope. It's dope. And I like him. I think his ult gives you the aimbot that Wanda has in her normal. So that's fun. I love seeing... I keep seeing on TikTok these videos of people being like, I put on Star-Lord's playlist and I played so much better. And then it's just like they're ulting, so it's aimbot. I find that shit so funny. But yeah, he's a pretty great character, all things considered. Storm. I'm going to put Storm at the top of A. My best friend in the whole wide world plays Storm, and he is amazing at her. He's learning, and I recently got him into Rivals, and it's great. But he's honestly been playing Storm really, really well, and I think that there is a lot to learn with Storm. But when I played her, fun. It was so fun. Like just her skills in general, it was so great. And then seeing people play her and, you know, shielding her in the air. I love putting shields in the air. It's just so like stupid and a little bit annoying to the other people, but yeah, I think it's great. And yeah, I love Storm. I think she's awesome. So then we have Thor. I'm gonna put Thor we're gonna put him in C. And he's going to be at the top of C because he is annoying to deal with, but I can understand. The only reason he's not in D is because when I played as him, I got a lot of KOs. But yeah, that's why he's there. I really don't appreciate him. Venom is going to go in B. At the end of B, I think he's a good character, and if you really learn how to play him, he's great. But I like having distance between me and my opponent. And with Venom, I mean, his normal attack only goes 15 meters, so it's not that long. I mean, consider this, right? He is 15 meters, and Invisible Woman's, like, just her average normal attack is 30. So I'm definitely going to choose the person who has, you know, more distance, but I do love his character. I think it's really fun when he does the We Are Venom thing and, like, goes into the ground. I think that's amazing. It's so fun. Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier. I'm putting you in D tier. I have beef with Bucky. I think the character's great. I think he's amazing. I like the lore. I like the way that he looks. But I hate going up against him, and I hate playing him. I tried playing him. I gave him 3 rounds, and I just could still barely make it out. But yeah, that's why he's down there. Wolverine, I'm gonna put in C. Just because he is one of these characters where he's not bad. I don't know how to understand how to play as him. His team up with Hulk is pretty interesting. I kind of find it funny. I didn't even notice that I put them together. But yeah, so he's not bad. I like taking out Wolverines. I don't like going against them though. So then we have Mr. Fantastic. I'm going to put him in B. I haven't really I gave him the base 2 match, and then I tried one more. His skills are goofy, alright? Bro, read Any Size You Want Richards is a goofy character to play because his, like, shield thing where he stretches himself out, and then there's another one where he puffs himself out. Like, it's very funny, but he's not the ranged character that I want. Let's put it that way, right? When he's here, and yes, he can stretch far and do all that, but then there's this one, my pride and joy, my S tier, Jeff, get out of there. Okay, my pride and joy, my S tier, my Invisible Woman. She is so slay. I love her. I think she is amazing. I love all her skills. My favorite thing to do is drop down the orb that does like continuous damage, and then when someone tries to run out, I like pull them back in, or I push them back in, and it's great because it's like, no, you thought. I love her ult, just making the entire team invisible, and that's such a good ability, especially if you use it right. If you use it right, it's amazing. It's like, it can literally be like the difference between winning and losing. But yeah, I think that is our tier list because Human Torch and Thing aren't out yet. Same thing for Gambit and Nightcrawler and Beast and Jubilee and all these other characters that are apparently coming to the game. But yeah, so with that being said, I want to know your opinions. I want to know your tier list, if they are different, how so, how different are they? I know that a lot of people, I know some of these are where they're supposed to be in regards to like the meta. Like I know Penny Parker is pretty down there. But I'm pretty sure like some of these are supposed to be like way up there in compared to other people's tier lists. So with that being said though, I want to know your opinions, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. With that being said, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you on Monday. All right, everybody. Bye.